I want to talk to you today about 12 of the most common mistakes we make as parents today. I'm guilty of them as well. I'm not sure if you're aware of it or not, but a nationwide survey was given recently to American moms and dads. And the average American parent gave themselves an A or a B on their parenting skills. However, they gave their neighbor a D. Mistakes are a little bit easier to see in the window than the mirror, don't you think? So let's talk about these mistakes and how we can correct them along the way to produce really great adults after our kids are finished living in our home. Mistake number 1, we won't let our kids fail. Now, I don't know any parent that wants their kid to fail. None of us want them to fail at academics or sports or relationships. But along the way, if we remove the very possibility of failure, if they realize I'm in a failure-proof world, it actually, first of all, prepares them for a world that is not like the one they're about to grow into as an adult. But secondly, it reduces their very motivation to succeed. The value of success is lessened because they know, I get it every time. And in fact, they lose their ambition to excel. I believe sometimes we as parents confuse hurt and harm. All of us are going to get hurt. You can't stop your child from getting hurt feelings or something hurt along the way. But hurt doesn't always harm. We want to protect them from harm, but we need to help them navigate getting hurt. And sometimes that means they fail. Real growth happens, I think, only through learning to deal with failure. So how do we correct this? I believe we need to permit them to try hard things and even fail, whether it's school or playgrounds or whatever. Talk it through with them, help them see the value of failure, and then build over time a resilient kid along the way. Mistake number 2, we as parents often project our lives on our kids. Now let me tell you why this is a mistake. First of all, I'm sure every one of us have seen a parent push their kid to make the grade, make the team, make the money, to become a doctor, an attorney, or some pro athlete, I don't know. In fact, haven't we all seen a dad in the grandstands of a Little League baseball game going bonkers over his 9-year-old son who made an error at third base? And we're all looking at that dad saying, hey, Dad, you're looking at your son. He's a future software programmer. He's not going to play third base for the Boston Red Sox. But it's like we're going crazy, almost as if we are living out our unlived life through our children. That's the baggage we have. When we're projecting on our kids, we're often pushing them or pressuring them to become someone they're not, but something we want to be. I think our baggage often leads to them having baggage as young adults, and none of us want that. So let me tell you a quick story. I know a principal that sat down with a mother who had come into his office in a rage because her child had gotten a bad grade on a test. As they talked through this paper, the principal told me, he said, I was amazed at how much this mother knew about this paper, almost as though she knew every line of the paper. And suddenly he realized the mother had written the paper for the child. She was mad that she had gotten a bad grade on the paper. The point was she was projecting her life and her child was the victim of this incident. So to correct this, parents, find your identity in something larger than just your children. Of course, they're part of it, but we've got to have a life outside of our kids so we're able to empower them to become the people they are called to be and strengthened to be by God. Mistake number 3, we prioritize our kids being happy. Now, once again, this is counterintuitive. All of us as parents want our children to be happy. But let me tell you a quick story. I have a dear friend that has 2 adult children, and I've always been amazed at how well and how easy her children have found it to be to talk to their mother about anything, sex or drugs or you name it. Every topic was on the table. Along the way, however, I started noticing she gave them no guidance. She so wanted them just to be happy, she never gave them a compass in life. And along the way, what happened was this. They started making poor choices as young adults, but she would always fall back on, well, I just want them to be happy. Today, her 2 adult kids live with her. One has pregnant and both are out of a job, and they've made some choices that they didn't have to make, but they weren't given the guidance, all in the name of, I just want them to be happy. Now, when happiness is a goal, it becomes very elusive and almost always disappointing. I want to encourage you as parents to teach your kids that happiness is not a good goal. It is a wonderful byproduct of pursuing, identifying your gifts, and serving them up to people, and then along the way finding that happiness sneaks up on you. So let me help you correct this. Along the way, we've got to make sure we communicate to our kids that happiness is not a goal, it's a byproduct. It's something that sneaks up on you if you pursue finding what your gifts are, serving them up to people along the way, and then allowing happiness to find you.